Alrighty, YouTube, Niner Empire, what is going down? Welcome back to another video here. So, Arik Armstead is expected to return from injury for the 49ers playoff run. So, great news, of course, for one. Let's just get that out of the way. He's been dealing with this foot and knee issue for like the past 5 weeks. Obviously, the 49ers have kept him out, due to these injuries, and there was some concern building that, he could potentially miss the, playoff games and things of that nature. So Kyle Shanahan said Tuesday on a conference call with Bay Area reporters, though, he said that he would have gone last week if we needed that, and that's why we were really pumped that we were able to get that number 1 seed so he didn't have to go last week. So pretty much what he's saying here is Arik Armstead could have played last week if the Niners really needed him to. And then obviously with getting the 1 seed, that's just an extra week for Arik Armstead to heal even more, which is very, very big. Because again, Arik Armstead is one of the more important 49ers players on the defense. Obviously, last week Cleveland Farrell, I believe he hurt his knee. I'm pretty sure it was a knee injury. Yeah. So he's going to be out for a couple weeks due to this knee injury. So that obviously hurts us even more, knowing that Arik Armstead is hurt. But with his practice window opening up today, that's massive. Because clearly, the 49ers will have this week and next week to prepare for whoever they're going to be playing. Obviously, you're going to have really 1 week to kind of prepare. I think they really know. I think they have a general idea, of who they're going to play. To me, it's probably going to be Philly. I would love to see the Tampa Bay Buccaneers upset Philadelphia. But I think all signs were pointing towards the Niners playing Philadelphia in the divisional round, which, again, is expected. I don't think there's any other team out there that the Niners could play realistically than Philadelphia. But obviously, we'll kind of see what happens because you never know. Maybe Green Bay upsets Dallas and then the Niners play Green Bay. There's a lot of different scenarios that go into this. But yeah, so obviously with Arik Armstead, though, the Niners have clearly been missing him. But today he did return to practice. So big news, of course, especially, going into the bye week that the Niners got with having the 1 seed. So obviously, with Arik Armstead returning today, he was on the field for the open portion of practice. The 49ers are not going to issue any practice participation reports until next week. So obviously we'll have to stay tuned for that. But any work that Arik Armstead does this week should obviously serve him well in his attempt to return from these injuries that kept him out of the last 5 games. So along with that, though, reporters at the open portion of practice noted that Jair Brown, Jawan Jennings, Ambry Thomas, and safety George Odom were also on the field. So George Odom was hurt weeks ago, of course, with the torn bicep. I believe it was against the Cowboys, I think, was the game he got injured on. But he tore his biceps, immediately got surgery on that. But good news is that he's expected to come back as well in time for the playoffs, along with Jawan Jennings, who's been nursing a concussion. Ambry Thomas, obviously, with the hand injury that he suffered against Baltimore. He had a broken hand, but then played the week after against the Commanders. Tough as nails, Ambry Thomas. So we already knew this, though. Like I made a video last week talking about a lot of these injuries, and I said in that video that Ambry Thomas wasn't expected to miss any time in the playoffs. So big news here, though, is Arik Armstead returning. We absolutely, without a doubt, need him to return and be playing in time for this divisional round playoff game. But it's looking like he is on track to be playing, which is massive, of course. But again, I pray to God that there's no setback in Arik Armstead's injury. Hopefully he can just come in and play with no issues, and he feels good enough to play, of course, because you never want to rush a guy like Arik Armstead back and then put him in a position where he could be hurt once again. But yeah, man, good news, of course, on this Thursday from the Niners practice facility. So Arik Armstead returns to practice today. He's on track to return for the divisional round playoff game if all goes well. So obviously I'll continue to keep you guys updated on that, but just wanted to come on here and obviously let you guys know this. So reinforcements are on the way, which is good. This bye week was huge, man. I mean, clearly, like we're at a point in time right now where we're missing some key pieces. There's some guys banged up, McCaffrey and Juwan Jennings and obviously Arik Armstead and some of these key, insurance guys that we have too are banged up. So it's good that this bye week is now, because it gives these guys an extra week to return, an extra week to heal up, heal the bodies, and then, go full force in a must-win game in the divisional round here in a couple weeks. So for now, us Niners fans, we can just kick back and kind of watch, of course, along with these players. Debo said it yesterday with on the Rich Eisen show. He talked about how he was going to be watching these games this upcoming week on his 90-inch TV eating wings and fries with his feet kicked up. So that's really what we do this weekend. We just kind of sit back, kind of get a feel for who we're going to be playing. Hopefully, of course, we continue to get good injury news. Got to start building the steam here going into this divisional round. And then obviously, it's one game at a time from there on out. And got to be healthy. I think that's number one. If the 49ers can stay healthy, man, like there's no doubt in my mind they can win a Super Bowl. But again, they have to stay healthy. There's a lot of things that got to go right. But what the Niners can do is just smash mouth football week in and week out, no matter who you're playing in the playoffs. So good injury news, of course, on this Thursday. I'll continue to keep you guys updated on obviously some of the other injuries that are coming out from Santa Clara at the practice facility. But yeah, good news, Arik Armstead returning, and he is on track to play in the divisional round. So obviously, fingers crossed for that. But yeah, as always, go Niners. Let me know what you guys think of Arik Armstead returning, of course, and I'll see you guys in the next one.